Hi everybody, welcome to Hillbilly Herpetology. I'm Webb, and today, as promised, some tarantula videos. But first things first, please like, subscribe, comment to the channel, comment to the videos, subscribe to the channel. Let yourself know when we got videos coming out. You can watch them. We're going to be doing a bunch of different stuff. We've got different species spotlights. We've got for tarantulas. We've got more Savannah monitor videos coming out. I'm going to have more in-depth videos coming out on Nile monitors. We're going to have Gary doing some videos on some other things. Trust me, it's about to get spicy. So you guys keep here, watch this, subscribe, and get stuck. So this is where we start our day a lot of the time for no matter what we're doing. We're going to be going through here. A lot of these super small ones are the ones that I'm going to want to be picking out for the tarantulas, the young tarantulas, but we're going to try to feed all of them today. I'm going to try to get a couple of videos in. Maybe we can get a couple of them eat for us on video. We'll see. But this is where it starts. I'll be spending probably 45 minutes here picking mealworms out. I got to get some for the, well, I fed the crested geckos yesterday, but there's axolotls I got to feed. There's a bunch of stuff I got to feed. So we'll be getting a bunch of these out. Okay, the first ones we're going to start with today. CHH stands for Kilobrachys species crane kraken. No, sorry. Cereopogypus species Haiti. Yeah, krakens are the other ones. So these tarantulas here, they are arboreal. They will look like this when they get big. And yes, that is purple. Absolutely gorgeous tarantulas. So, when I'm feeding these guys, I'm using some of the smallest mealworms that we have here. My lighting is going crazy. I don't know what exactly is going on. But, oh well, I don't know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, hopefully it's just the video itself and it'll actually show up in the yeah. So I'm going to open this up, and you can see they make little tunnels here. I'm not too worried about it trying to come out of there right now. They usually are not trying to escape their little areas. So I'll get my tweezers, and I'll grab me a little mealworm. Now, I smash their heads with the tweezers when I grab them, and then I just put it right up here into the top. Sometimes they get stuck to the tweezers, and it's annoying, but I use tweezers so that way if there's anything possibly on my hands, it's not getting on the mealworm. And I'll just leave it in there like that. Now tomorrow, I'll come back and I'll see if they ate it all. If they didn't, I'll pull it out. It is very important to pull them out. If you don't, the fruit flies and the little bugs will get in there and they'll lay maggot eggs, and the next thing you know, your little spider will be getting eaten by maggots. So make sure you pull out what they don't eat. The boluses, which is what's left over, I'm not big stickler about having to pick those out. If anything, those will cause a little bit of mold. But the uneaten part of the mealworm, you definitely have to take out. Now we'll continue on with the next ones. All right, next we have Formingochilus arbicula, or the Borneo black. This thing is going to be a big old black arboreal. I mean, how absolutely and stunningly gorgeous is that? So, there we go. That's how I adjust it. Still not perfect, but whatever. So, these things will get to be a good size arboreal tarantula. They're a nice big beefy arboreal. They're black, they're cool, and I'm just gonna do the same thing here. I'm just gonna pick up a mealworm, smash its head, and throw it in here. And they will come up and they will eat. At this stage, they're not very exciting to watch or to, I guess they're fun in a way to work with, but not in the way that the bigger ones are, where you can just see them sit there and tear their prey up. It's really fun then. But for these guys, I mean, it's tedious, but you gotta do this to get there. And now, the next ones. Heteroscodra maculata, or the HMAC tarantula. These things are absolutely gorgeous. I will say this. This is the best look you'll get at one. I'm not taking the top off of these things until I feed them, and I need both of my hands to do it. These guys are literally super fast, and they are perfectly happy to try to escape their little enclosure, unlike some of these other ones we've talked about. So I won't be feeding these ones on camera. I'm gonna be popping the lid open and feed them now, but the HMAC is definitely one of them that you've gotta watch out for, jumping up out of the enclosure when you got it open. All right, Metallica vagans, or the Mexican red rump here. Let's see, this one's not that big yet. That's what they'll look like. Big, pretty black spiders with a red booty. Really pretty spiders. But let's see if I can maybe finally show one eating them. And there you have it. That was a takedown. Oh yeah, hungry tarantula. Now the whole process for this tarantula to eat this could take all day. Like, they take a while to eat. What they do is they're gonna inject their venom into their prey item with their fangs, and then when the venom goes in there, it slowly starts to break down the tissues, and then it can bring it up to its stomach and suck the contents out. It has what's called a sucking stomach. And it's not necessarily a mouth, it's just tarantula's anatomy is pretty weird. You just kind of got to look into it. It's something else. So we'll put him back and we'll go on to the next. Dabis pentiloris, or the Guatemalan tiger rump. Now this thing is super, super tiny. Let's see if I can even get it in a picture here to where you guys could recognize it. Probably not. It's probably going to be hiding down in there, but this thing is super tiny. As an adult, they don't get that big. Now, I used to not really get into the smaller species of tarantulas. I think this thing might get maybe 3 or 4 inches long. They don't get huge. But I used to not get into them. I had one of these, I traded her off, but here recently, like, I kind of have missed her, so I'm going to be raising a few more of these. I've got one for right now, and I'm going to go ahead and feed this one off camera too, because it's a little tiny sling, and they have a tendency to sometimes be a little bolty. Kilobrachys, species Krang, or King Kraken. I always try to put an extra R in there. So these guys are, once again, teeny tiny. All of these are slings. You're not really going to get a good look at these, I don't think. Let's see. Nope. Nope, not at all. But this picture does not do them justice. They're called the Thai Smoky Earth Tiger, or Smoky Gray Earth Tiger. These things are absolutely awesome. I raised one, Gary had gotten one, and it was just, even as a little baby sling, it was just super aggressive. And he's like, hey, why don't you just take this one? I took it, I raised it up, it's about a year old now. It's a nice big tarantula already, and I liked it so much I had to get a few more of these. I never get to see the thing every once in a great while, but when I do, it's really cool, and it's just cool to see how fast these things can put on size. Tarantulas Sosme. So these things are like if you had a Metallica vagans, the Mexican red rump, but only instead of black, they were blue. It's really hard to see in pictures, and it's not like a vibrant blue like one of them I'll show you later here, but it is a blue spider, and people love that. So these things are some of the smallest slings that I've ever had. Now, you can actually see these ones. They've actually molted a few times in my care. That's how tiny they were when I got them. They're always out on display, but these are another one that have a tendency to, when I open up the top of this, they just bolt. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do these ones off camera. The big thing, I guess part of this is just showing you what they're gonna look like and what all we kind of have here. Some Opius Redunkous. So this thing here is really cool because they don't look like other Smopius. They've got that really big booty. They're big and black. Like they're really cool. And really tiny slings here still. We got two of these here. So these things I can open up and feed. They're not always trying to jump up out of here and run off like some of these other ones are. If you look down in that hole there, you can see where it is. You can just see the feet way down there. So we'll go ahead and pull one of these bad boys here out. And we'll just drop it right on down in here. There's one and the second one. Smash the head as I pick it up. Put it right up there on top. Now, all of the tarantula slings will scavenge feed, and I've noticed a lot of the adults will too. So a lot of times if it's something that could be potentially dangerous to them, I'm just gonna crush the head. I'm not even gonna give it a chance. All right. Panther Pedious, species Mccalla. Look at this, guys. I am so excited for this thing to get bigger now. As a full-grown adult tarantula, only the males are gonna sport those colors. But as slings, they got these brilliant oranges, and then also as they mature, they develop purples even if they are females until they are fully mature, and then they'll be more brown if they're females, but still a wonderful, gorgeous thing to watch. Now, I want to point out, I just took a mold out of here, and if you can look at this thing's legs, you'll see there's kind of a gray tint to him. That's because this thing just molted out within the last few days. It's not ready to eat yet, so I'm not going to feed it. But I did want to bring this down to show you guys the species Mccalla. They are so gorgeous. Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, or the green bottle blue. Now this thing just molted out for me. I figured it would be perfect time to see some of these stunning colors. I'm not doing anything to the quality of this. You guys can tell by my editing skills, I don't know how. But that was one of my jokes. But these things are absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite species. The only bad thing about them is it can be difficult to get them to breed, and they're a bit of a pricey spider because of that. But definitely one of my favorites. I didn't realize this thing had just molted until I pulled it out, so obviously we won't be feeding, hopefully, her today. Avicularia Metallica. This is a color morph of the common pink toe, so you can see the pink toes there. Now the reason it's the Metallica, as you can see, it has like a metallic kind of sheen to it. They really are pretty. This thing molted out a little while back too, has hardened up a bit better, and what we can do is we can see if it has any interest in eating at all. And yes, it does. It just grabbed the mealworm. You can see there, just injecting it with the venom. Loving it, loving it. So part of my goal with this was to show you guys one of the reasons why I keep the tarantulas. I hope that even if you are not a big fan of tarantulas themselves, I hope that you can see their beauty and appreciate just how majestic in nature that they are. And hopefully you guys, they grow on you. That's all I can say. Hopefully the more videos that we do of them, they grow on you. That's what happened to me. They grow on me. I'm still not a big fan of little tiny spiders to this day, but the tarantulas I can dig, and I love them. So hope y'all enjoyed that. Have a great 4th of July. Have a great time off work, and we'll see you back here at Hillbilly Herpetology soon.